I don't expect him to be hobbled. They have a great training staff there at Golden State. They will have him ready. We have seen this before in the playoffs where one game a guy looks like he won't be able to go, and the next game he goes for 40.
Monica, you're there on the scene. What do you think?
Well, I do echo what Han had to say. Didn't really see a limp. I will say this. This is the shortest turnaround of all the games in this final series. I asked Steve Kerr about it. He said, well, it's just like a regular season game in terms of the opportunity to prepare and get ready. If, y'all, this is an if Steph is hobbled, that's a problem, Hannah and Han. Like, that's a problem. He has been the catalyst for everything that the Warriors have done. And that is not to say that he's not that during the regular season, but in a series where they at times have looked like they are really struggling to find offense and to compete against this Boston defense with so much length, he's been the only guy that's been able to consistently create his own shot and kind of create shots for others. Usually, we see that from Draymond in terms of being a shot creator for his teammates, but this Celtics defense is really locked in. So if there's any inclination that Steph is bothered by this, it's going to be problematic, and not just on the offensive side, but defensively.
Yeah, how would you see them trying to capitalize on a Steph at less than 100%?
Yeah, I mean, well, the Celtics have had a really hard time guarding him, specifically him, because they have gone up against Kevin Durant, they've gone up against Giannis Antetokounmpo, they've gone up against Jimmy Butler, and they've been able to overcome them. They have not been able to overcome Steph Curry. And Steph Curry in the finals, Golden State's offensive efficiency when he's on the floor is 116.8. When he's off the court, it's 91.5. That's a big difference, clearly. So he's one of the great shooters of all time. We know this. He's a guy that just, you give him an inch. It's all he needs. A little bit of daylight. He can knock down a three. But it's also his impact on his teammates when he's on the floor as well, because his teammates shoot better when he's on the floor. Why? Because so much focus is on Steph Curry, less focus on them. So as Monica said, if Curry is a little bit hobbled or is a little bit that he's not the same because legs feed the wolf when it comes to shooting, then a couple other guys need to step up, and there's several of them that I'm sure we'll talk about.
Yeah, I mean, he's the most important player on the floor in this series, talking both teams, clearly. This is so crazy to consider, Monica, but are the Celtics actually having an easier time here in some respects than in their series against Milwaukee and Miami, which were so physical, especially that Heat series?
Ooh, Hannah, I hesitate to use the word easier, right? The Warriors are absolutely a formidable opponent, but it is different. I mean, Miami and Milwaukee, for that matter, had a different amount of size that you had to contend with. And I know for a fact, from my front row seat on the Eastern Conference Final Series, there was a different level of physicality involved in the Miami series. Now, that also meant that we saw some pretty wild swings in that series, right? And we've kind of seen that to start this series so far. It is far more familiar to the Celtics, I think, than it is the Warriors when you look at both teams' paths to get here. But I think that they are fully prepared to make this game physical and make the Warriors feel them. Ime Udoka said to us prior to Game 2, he has a roster full of two-way guys, and they take a lot of pride in that. Now, on the flip side, it's not like we're talking about the worst defensive team in the league in the Warriors, but they have to do a better job of making the Celtics feel them sooner.
Yeah, top two in defensive efficiency in the regular season.
Right, we have the two best defensive rating teams in the league right now, and what we're also seeing is two teams that turn the ball over a ton, and so points off turnovers are a big story in this series. It seems like, now the Golden State Warriors are actually averaging more points off turnovers per game in this series at 20. Celtics right behind them at just under 18, but it feels like when the Celtics get those points off turnovers, they're a little more devastating. There's something about how quick strike they score. Like we saw the third quarter in Game 3, it looked like, oh, here come the Warriors doing what they do. But at the end of that quarter, it was the Celtics that a couple of quick strikes, and all of a sudden, that run that we thought, okay, here come the Warriors, completely stopped.
All right, really quickly, who needs to step up tonight for the Warriors? The first name that comes to mind.
It's a combo for me, guys, Draymond and Klay. I mean, this is the core that has that championship DNA that is present on the floor in terms of impacting, winning. And those two guys, Draymond is the heartbeat of this squad. He had 4 rebounds in Game 3, and he will admit that he didn't necessarily play well, so I know that he's prepared to bounce back. But when Draymond is playing with a certain level of energy, listen, you mentioned turnovers, Han, but second chance opportunities for the Warriors also kill the Celtics because they end up being three-point shooting opportunities.
Yeah, they got doubled up in points on the paint and second chance points. The Warriors did. That can't happen.
No, dominated in the paint, just kept going to the basket on them because they just felt like you don't have a real shot blocker out here. And Looney, they had to take him out of the game because of defense and issues there. I will also say, I'm not going to say it's twofold because I think Klay Thompson is just going to be Klay Thompson. At least it seems like he found himself in Game 3. Draymond Green is it's the series. This is it. If Draymond Green doesn't want a repeat of 2016 where you could argue it's his fault they didn't win the championship that year because of his antics, same thing here. He's got to have maybe the best game of his playoff career in Game 4. Have an impact, positive impact on your team. It doesn't have to be big scoring, but it needs to be all across the board. Rebounds, it needs to be assists, but most importantly, his energy has to be positive.
Yeah, suspended back then, as we all know, with the Warriors with the lead, and Cavs come up and take that series. All right.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.